Hi all, today we will understand data types in Python. Data types tell us what type of data we are having. Python is a dynamically typed language. It means we no need to mention data type at the time of declaration of a variable. We can simply say like x equal to 10. We are not mentioning what type of variable x is or what is the data type of variable x here. Once we will execute Python program, Python interpreter will automatically, based on the data, will decide what type of data types needs to be assigned to this variable. So in Python, we are having 5 standard data types like number, boolean, sequence type, set, and dictionary. So first we will understand number. In numbers, we are having like integer, float, and complex type. In sequence type, we will have string, list, and tuple. We will start with the integer. For example, we are having x equal to 10. Here first, if we see, I'm not mentioning what type of variable or what is the data type of variable x here. I'm only assigning the value here, 10. That is basically integer value. Now in Python, we are having one function called type, which will help us to programmatically get the type of this variable x. So how to use it? We will say type, we will say print, and then we will put type and for this variable x. And now if we will run this program, we will see here in the integer we got type as a int here basically. So we can say this variable x is of integer type. Once we will execute this program, automatically interpreter is checking the type of this variable based on the data we are assigning to this variable. Now same goes to the another type that is float. So for example, we are saying y equal to 3.5. Floating numbers are basically like numbers with decimal. Now we want to check the data type of this. We will simply say print here, print, and now we need to check the type of variable basically y here. And now I will execute it again, and we will say we got the float here. And the complex number is basically we will have real and imaginary part there. We can say like z equal to 4 plus 5j basically here. And now I want to run it, print type, and we will give z here. And now if we want to run it and see the data type we got here complex. So now the next one is boolean. So boolean means here if we see in case of boolean we can have two possible values, true or false. That's it. Basically we can say 0 or 1 in terms of binary we want to say. So how to check the type of any boolean value basically? For example, I'm having another variable here. We can say x only, and I am assigning true to this. And I'm having y, and I'm assigning false. And now if I'm running print type x here, and I'm running print type y here. Now, once we will execute this, we will see the data type here. So under boolean, if we see, we got boolean value basically here. So this is telling this variable's data type is boolean here. Okay. So the next one is string. String, as we know, string is basically combination of different characters. So how to represent a string? For example, we are saying str equal to say hello, or we can say str1 equal to, we can say like word. So we see these are combination of different characters like H, E, L, L, O, W, O, R, L, D. These are the characters. So string is basically a, we can say data type or a string type of variable will hold different combination of characters, we can say. Now we want to check the data type of this str variable. Simply we'll say type, and we will pass str here, and then we will run it, and we can see here we are getting data type like str here. It means str is saying, we can say like str is a basically string type of data we are having. Another data type is a list. So how to declare one list in Python? So for declaring any list in Python, we need to use the square bracket. For example, I want to make a list of some fruits. I can say like this, fruit list, and then equal to, and then we can give the square bracket here. So in this square bracket, we can give the values like apple, banana, and maybe one more value, orange we can give here. So we can say this is a fruit list having more than one values basically. Now suppose I want to check the data type for this fruit list variable. We can use the same type variable here, and we can say fruit list here. And now once we will execute this, we can see here we will get list basically. We are getting list. Now one more important point we need to consider in string or sorry in list is suppose I want to add one more value in this particular list. How we can add that particular value? So for adding that value, we can use like list name or variable name, and then in this square bracket we can mention the index. So in the Python, this fruit list, if we see, the apple is stored basically at 0th location. So list is starting from the 0th location. For example, in the first location we are having banana. Now I want to store some other value there. I want to replace that value, or I want to modify that list particular. I can say fruit list and I can mention the index here like this, and then I can give maybe one string like mango I can give. Now suppose I want to print this list, so I will say print, and I can give my list name here. So list name is like fruit list basically, and then we will execute this and we will try to print it, and we see here we are getting apple, mango, and orange. Banana is not coming because that value got replaced in Python list. So the next data type we are having tuple. Tuple is also similar to the list only, but we will closely observe the difference between these two. For example, I want to first declare one tuple in Python. So we will say like same fruit tuple, maybe we can say here, and then equal to, we need to use C bracket here. In the list we are using the square bracket, but here we need to use C bracket. We need to remember this point. And again, value wise I'm giving the same thing. Banana here I'm giving, and then orange I'm giving. And now simply I want to print that value, means type of this tuple variable. So I will say fruit tuple. Now suppose I am running it, we will see what we will get. So we are getting tuple. So this is the data type of this particular variable, and the variable name here is fruit tuple. Now the another important point, as I was mentioning, the difference between the list and tuple. In the list case, if you see line number 48, we are able to add mango at the location of banana. So same thing, we will try to add one value like a fruit tuple at the same location. Maybe we will try like first location, and we want to add mango here, and mango basically. And now again I will try to print this fruit tuple, and now we will execute it. We will see what will happen. If we see here, we got the error. In the list, that modification is allowed, but in the tuple object does not support item assignment. So what we can understand, and this is really important concept, we should know the difference between list and tuple. In the list, whatever data we are having, the data is, we can say, we can modify that data. It's a mutable data, so that we can modify the content of that particular list. But in case of tuple, that content, whatever we are putting, or we can say tuple is basically immutable. Immutable in the sense, whatever data we are having in tuple, the data we will not able to modify. That is the very, very big difference, or we can say important difference between the list and the tuple. And now next we will move to the set. Set is another kind of we can say data structure or data type in Python. So set is basically for storing multiple values, but the difference between list, tuple, and set, if we say, in like list also we can store multiple values, in tuple also we can store multiple values, But in case of set, if we want to store multiple values, the only difference is set will not allow duplicate of values. It will not allow. So how to declare, like I want to say my set here, and inside this I want to put some value. Syntax wise, we need to use curly braces here. And suppose I want to store some number like 1, 2, 5, 6, and again I want to store, for example, one more time. So we see 1 is 2 times. Now I'm trying to print this set first. We will see what value it is printing, and then we will print the type also for this particular variable. We will remove this assignment because this assignment is not allowing the set. So let me comment this code, that is not useful code. And now we will see for set, we are getting 1, 2, 5, and 6 only. One we are not getting. But in the case of list and tuple, if we will try to add a duplicate value, the duplication of value is allowed. That is the one difference between the set and tuple, or we can say list here. One more last point here, I will say print. I want to print the type of this particular my set variable. I will say my set, and then if I will run it, we will see what data type we are getting. We are getting set here. So this is the set data type here. So I hope we understood the very basic difference between the list, tuple, and set. And the last one we are having in Python now, that is basically dictionary. So dictionary is a key value pair kind of data structure basically. Like we will have phone dictionary. In that we will have numbers and names we will have. So like numbers are basically key, and value will be basically like names in the dictionary. So we can understand from the dictionary example also, in dictionary we will not have duplicate numbers. So we can say in dictionary or in Python dictionary, keys cannot be duplicate basically. For example, I want to declare one dictionary of maybe one class. In one class we can say that will have student roll number and marks. So for declaring dictionary, we will have the curly braces only. This is the structure wise. And now we need to give the key. Maybe key is my integer value here. Then I will give colon, and then value I need to give. So I will say like Ram, for example, then comma, this is another roll number, and then value I will give here, maybe Raman. And one more roll number I can give, and then colon, and then value I can give, maybe him. Something like this we want to give. Now, simply what we need to give, instead of class, I can say like one variable name, my class. So this is one simply variable. We can put the any name here. And now I want to print type for this particular my class variable. So we'll see what type we are getting. Also, I will try to print this my class. Basically, I'm trying to print the dictionary also. So we will see what we are getting here. So here we are getting the data type is dict. We are getting dict is basically for dictionary. And then if we see, it is displaying the complete dictionary value here. 1 Ram, 2 Raman, like this we are able to get. So now this is the dictionary. This will have key value pair. Now set will not allow duplicate. List and tuple can have multiple values, or duplicate values also possible. But the basic difference between list and tuple is in list, list is basically mutable, and tuple will is basically immutable. So these are the basic data types, or we can say standard data types in Python. I hope you guys understood these data types. What are the basic data types with these examples? Later, I will come up with more examples and more operations on these data types. Thank you.